Can you imagine a continent with only 2 ATMs, no countries, and no native population due to its extreme temperature and weather conditions? This continent is so isolated to the extent that there are no terrestrial or interior land-dwelling animal species except aquatic and semi-aquatic animals which fill up its waters. This is none other than Antarctica, the 5th largest continent on Earth. With lots of cruise ships sailing there more often than before, it has become a good source of documentary and research. Antarctica is often referred to as the continent of superlatives because it is the wildest, driest, iciest, coldest, and southernmost continent on Earth. Apart from its superlative attributes, Antarctica is also unique because it plays a significant role in terms of Earth's climate and sustenance. This is why this continent has become the symbol and a recurrent example or case study whenever issues of global warming and climate change are being talked about. Antarctica accounts for most of the Antarctic region, with the Antarctic being the cold, most remote area covering about 20% of Earth's southern hemisphere. Though there's no native population, there are thousands of researchers settled there. So, what does Antarctica look and feel like? It's basically a continent covered with ice and is divided into 2 parts, Western and Eastern Antarctica. Western Antarctica, which can also be referred to as Lesser Antarctica, is composed of a series of scattered, frozen islands stretching towards South America. Eastern or Greater Antarctica, however, is a single huge landmass that is about the size of Australia. The 2, Western and Eastern Antarctica, are separated by the 3,400 kilometers or 2,100 miles long Transantarctic Mountains, a series of mountains that is just like the Grand Canyon, but almost always covered in ice. Both the eastern and western parts make up the continent of Antarctica, and about 98% of its landmass is covered in ice, which could be as thick as 2 kilometers or 1.2 miles in some parts of East Antarctica. Having described what Antarctica looks like, what exactly is its size? The size of Antarctica is not permanently fixed, as it may sometimes shrink, as when icebergs, glaciers, and ice shelves break off and fall into the sea, and the size of the continent may also increase dramatically, especially during winter when the icebergs and shelves increase in size. Increasing or decreasing, the basic size of Antarctica's landmass is about twice the size of Australia at 5.5 million square miles. That's about 14.2 million square kilometers, of which about 98% is completely covered in ice. Given such immense, continuous availability of ice, what is the general climate of Antarctica like? Despite the thick ice that covers about 98% of Antarctica's surface, the continent is considered a desert. This might seem strange, especially given the vast amounts of ice present on this continent, but it is just as very dry as it is very cold. This is because the continent receives very little precipitation or moisture all year. Since a desert is any place that experiences relatively few amounts of rainfall yearly, Antarctica can suitably be categorized as a desert. Interior Antarctica experiences only 50 millimeters or 2 inches of precipitation yearly, and this is mostly in form of snow. By comparison, the Sahara Desert receives double that amount of rainfall, and it is still a desert. Though coastal areas of Antarctica experience more precipitation, as much as 200 millimeters or 8 inches yearly, however, the ground is unable to absorb the moisture as the falling moisture, which is in form of snow, gets piled up without dissolving. Apart from being very dry, Antarctica also has a very cold climate. In 1983, Russia's Vostok research station recorded an incredibly low temperature, of negative 128.60 degrees Fahrenheit, or minus 89.20 degrees Celsius. In 2010, the lowest temperature ever, namely negative 135.80 degrees Fahrenheit, or minus 93.20 degrees Celsius, was recorded via satellite. Apart from its climate being the driest, coldest, and iciest, Antarctica is also the windiest. Wind speeds in Antarctica have been recorded to reach an incredible 320 kilometers per hour, or 200 miles per hour. Antarctica has primarily only winter and summer seasons, in which winter is characterized by almost constant darkness, and summer by pretty much unending daylight. With such inhospitable weather and climate conditions, what lives in Antarctica? Despite the biting blizzards of snow, there are human settlements in Antarctica, and its waters are filled with an abundance of marine life. In a bid to end the Cold War and celebrate the International Geophysical Year of 1957 to 1958, 12 countries established over 50 research stations in different locations of Antarctica, and then signed the Antarctic Treaty of 1961. Of the 54 countries that have signed the Antarctic Treaty, 30 have 80 research stations in total located throughout the continent. It is within these research stations that human settlements exist, filled with various kinds of researchers: marine biologists, geophysicists, seismologists, astrologers, etc. Their total population is between 1,100 in winter and as many as 5,000 researchers in summer. Between 2019 and 2020, about 75,000 tourists visited this one-of-a-kind continent. While the science-driven human settlers do not live there permanently, there is an abundance of animals native to the waters surrounding Antarctica. Some of these animals are penguins, leopard seals, orcas, sea cucumbers, blue whales, colossal squids, humpback whales, krill, jellyfishes, etc. The Antarctic ice sheet holds 62% of the Earth's total fresh water and 90% of the Earth's ice. This humongous ice sheet, and Antarctica in general, play a significant role in helping maintain Earth's heat-energy balance. This is because ice reflects more solar radiation than water and land. With the increasing decrease in the Antarctic ice sheet, more solar radiation is being absorbed by Earth instead of being reflected, leading to unequal heat balance and eventually resulting in global warming. An example is the Glenser-Conger ice shelf, which, according to NASA, collapsed in March 2022, even though it is located in East Antarctica, an area initially thought to be stable. The ice shelf was the size of New York. This might be evidence of the effects of global warming, according to some scientists. Interestingly, while climate change has been linked to the increasingly melting ice in the Antarctic, NASA scientists have also found that climate change has also caused more ice to form in certain interior parts of Antarctica as a result of strong wind patterns referred to as polar vortex. Since 1980, this has caused a 15% increase in Antarctica's ice. Antarctica is a unique continent with a unique climate control system. It is a major player concerning global ocean levels, Earth's heat-energy balance, and general climate control. In contrast to the North Pole, Antarctica has landmass under its thick ice, and as global temperatures might increase significantly within the next few hundred or thousand years, Antarctica could start becoming a more habitable place. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and share this video.